Well, I don't have any glasses, so I'll read this off tomorrow. Here we go. Now, I gotta be able to read my notes here. This is never easy. I've juried a lot of shows in my life, and I always swear this is the last time, because it's really a difficult thing to do. And I hope none of you ever have to do it or agree to do it, because, you know, it's crazy. So I have what I believe to be 10 honorable mentions. You know, and just to be in this show is an honorable mention. It really is. People, believe it or not, are paying attention in Australia, in England, in Germany, in Spain to what we're showing here. So don't kid yourself about that. You know, this is, people are paying attention out there. But I've got 10 honorable mentions. One is Susan Hensel. And Susan's not here tonight for her NOAA textile mixed media piece. She's doing these fabric pieces in geometric shapes, and I just thought they were beautiful, and I'm glad that she entered them. Again, it's not that I'm not going to award figurative work or err in favor of, you know, one way or the other. I call it like I see it. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Okay, for this show. So Susan Hensel, love it. Tony Armendariz, watercolor is probably the second most difficult piece there is in mediums for painters, and you make it look effortless, like you always.
You mean there's a medium that's more difficult?
No, it's okay. No, it's, you know, anybody who's done watercolor in the past knows that it is, to get that immediacy, you have to know what you're doing, and you always come through with stellar work, and so thank you for being here. Palatine, hello! Christine Hinrichs. Women walking, I'm just taken aback. Thank you so much for entering those and sharing with us. Bravo, they're beautiful. Mark Weller, how can I not? I'm a huge fan of your work, and what can I say? It seems like, and Mark is no slouch. He's out there every day in the fields trying to get, especially with his mainstay work, it's called time stacking photography, and I don't know if any of you have seen it before, but you know, in any one print that he has, there might be 60 or 70 exposures that he selects to superimpose one over the other and figure out if it's enriching or taking away from the overall piece as he adds these things together. And so everything that is stationary within like a 5-minute segment of him photographing the same thing over and over again, anything that's stationary like a house is in focus, but everything else that's moving is showing you that movement like you've never seen it before, and they're just brilliant. You're looking at the next Ansel Adams, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. My hat's off to you for working. I've told him that before, and I'm not kidding. It's been a long time since we've seen work like that, like yours, and you know, you're up there. It's one of those things where now we just have to get the rest of the world to figure that out. It's kind of like being Philip Glass as a musician. He was doing the same thing since 1974, and all of a sudden he's a genius, you know. Well, he hasn't changed, it just took us a while to figure it out and understand that. So thanks for being here. Thank you. And I'm really excited about the show. So, Jeffrey Wells, he's another painter from Illinois for Lighting Her Way, and that is over here. It's a square oil on canvas 48 by 48. Jeffrey Wells is a phenomenal figurative painter. And we've shown his work here before, and he's been here before, and he's a wealth of information, and he's all I can tell you is he's someone to watch, okay? Just like Judy, watch her career. And if I don't say that about you, it's not because I don't believe in you, but there are certain people that, like Elena Berikina, okay? Right behind you is this painting by Elena. Elena's from Chattanooga. Originally, where did she say she's from, Elena? She's from, like, I don't know, Ukraine?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now she lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And she just won the International Biennial Portrait Competition this year. And that's actually the image of her painting used to advertise this show. She's one to watch. And anybody that deals in art, you know, I'm sure that they have similar vocabulary when it comes to that. That it's, number one, it's fun, because I love watching people progress and their ideas start to shift and evolve, and so I just have such a blessed life to be able to watch all this happen. But also, I also watch because I'm waiting for the day that the rest of the world all of a sudden starts to understand that, number one, you exist, number two, you're brilliant, number three, you should be paid so much more money than what you're making right now for what it is you're doing, so that you can continue to provide us with these great images and ideas. So, sorry I get off on tangents. Dana Mano-Flank, she's got a piece over here called Beneath the Surface. It's a mixed media piece, and she has one right here. I believe Dana was in the first ANJE, and back in '17, and they were beautiful, beautiful pieces. As a matter of fact, Alyssa juried that show, and they had, I don't know if Alyssa followed through or not, but Alyssa was talking about buying some of her work. She's just spectacular, and she's gutsy, and I love it. Laura Andrews, I believe Laura's from Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. Canopy, oil on panel, right here. I can't get enough of that. It didn't do too much as a JPEG. Well, when she brought these things in person, I knew I had made the right choice, and we already sold the small study. Christine Alfrey, and I wish she could have been here tonight. I know she's a busy woman, but she's actually, Wisconsin is so well represented this year in the show. It's amazing. Christine is a painter that lives up in the Minocqua, Lac de Flambeau area, and she does all abstract expressionism, and the honorable mention is for Scared Places. It's a mixed, it's a water media piece. Nicole Bishop, a lot of you know her as Nicole Woodruff, and Nicole Woodruff Bishop. Now she's Nicole Bishop. First Light, it's the figurative piece next to the piano in the other room. She's one to watch. I'll tell you that right now. She's young, and she's fearless, and she's brilliant. Alberto Carroll. Alberto is shown here before. The Heart and the Shamrock is a piece by the exit door over here. And I know that he was in an ANJE here a few years back, and I think he got an award that night. I forget who the juror was, but he's a great painter and a hell of a nice guy. Susan Hensel, is that 10? Nobody's paying any attention to me. Yes, that was it. 1, 2, 3, 9. I started with Susan Hensel, yes. Okay, so third place goes to Brian McClear, another blown fuse right here. Brian's been shown here quite a bit over the years, but he's never been awarded anything. And again, talking about the evolution of people's work, this is definitely noteworthy. And not that any of his other work isn't, but I think he hit this one out of the park. And so I wanted to be able to acknowledge that on a higher level for Brian. Third place, Brian McClear, another blown fuse, oil on canvas, 48 by 48, and that's this year, 2023. And he's incredibly prolific. He's from Connecticut. Second place, and I've gone back and forth. This is the hard part now. Second place, first place. And it always, you know, I keep looking at these like, okay. And I remember, was it the International Biennial where I was like right at the last second I changed my mind? Or I don't know. It was one of the shows that I juried. It was like right at the last second I actually took one more look at the piece that I was like on the fence about. And I'm like, oh, that's it, you know. Crazy auctioneer type mindset. Anyway, second place, Juried Tackets. And it's for your diptych, Matthew 5:4:4, and the Holy Grail.
Oh.
I think it's really yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
It's, yeah.
Is that one in there?
Yeah, the two with the red background, the diptych right on the opposite of that wall. And Judy, you've shown with us many times in the past. She's been a big believer in this museum too, and I thank you so much for that. And the, you know, anybody who makes the trek here, I hope I never let you down. And so
We love it. We keep coming back. I mean, it's a fun city. It's a wonderful museum. You know.
So yeah, check out Judy's other work too. She's got a book out called Chips with Balls. That is absolutely phenomenal, and I urge you to take a look at that too. She's a force. So best of show, you're probably all wondering, well, what's left? Best of show, Leonardo. I was so moved when you brought that in and I saw it, and it never stopped moving me. I have to tell you that. And then my mother says, David, you know what? My mother becomes always.
Your mother's adorable.
Vertically challenged person walking around. She said, she started explaining, you know, even more about it that I didn't even know, and then it started to make sense to me why I was so drawn to it. So, you know, maybe another judge. I don't care about anybody else but me right now. I'm the judge, and that's best of show. It's the Joy Luminary. There you are. This is my mom. There's one right in the window here. So it's the piece it's like a mosaic. On polycarbonate, right? And I wanted to talk with Leonardo about the piece because I think it's much more personal that way. And anyway, it's something that I look forward to, like every day. You know that. And I wondered about it. Does it happen in a Nautilus type shape? Or were the Grateful Dead correct years ago with Ripple, you know? That you just want to see that happen and share that. So thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're awesome. All right. That's all I got for you. Thank you. Yeah, we're so quiet over here, Tom. Oh my goodness, we passed over somebody right here.
You can't be the only one in the store.
No, you're the only one.
I'm Don Grunwald from DeForest, Wisconsin. I have that abstract on the side wall back there. And I started painting about 17 years ago and took classes from a variety of teachers that were working in different media, and abstract was what caught my attention the most and what I enjoyed doing the most. And try to do stuff that's somewhat representational, but it's kind of landscapey and seascapes and skyscapes. So I'm honored to be included.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right.